Most of my family didn't come to my brother's wedding, so I decided to stop caring about them. Plus all updates. Background: my younger brother got married this past July. We have a huge family, and half of them didn't come. Dads, siblings, and their families. Moms, sisters, and their spouses, grandparents, some of our first-row cousins. They all gave some BS excuse, but the real reason was my brother married a guy instead of a girl. I decided if they don't care about my brother, I don't care about them. I'm not going to go no contact or make some drama around it, but I decided I'll throw the same bullshit excuses they gave to my brother. Present day, I'm a pediatric resident, so all of my cousins, or their wives, always text me when their children have something. Side note, my country has free healthcare, but it's more convenient to text me than to go to their doctor anyway. On Friday, one of my cousins texted me. I opened the text, saw it was a medical-related thing, but not that could be remotely deadly, and decided to ignore the message. She texted me twice over the weekend. This is the second time one of my cousins tries to get Nan urgent medical advice since the wedding. Today my aunt called me in her behalf and told me family help are there for each other. I told her funny, I don't remember any of you at my brother's wedding, which was the start of a long monologue. My mom, who is an LGBTQ+ ally, is standing with me, but my dad, who is more old-fashioned, says I need to understand and be tolerant towards people who don't think like me. So, should I just forgive? Update. The next day. I never expected this post to have so much engagement. Thank you all for the comments and the messages. I woke up to like 300 notifications. Since I can't reply all the comments because there are too many, I decided to do an update to address most of the things you said. First, I'll start clarifying some things. I love how most of you are under the assumption that my cousins call me, and I tell them what to do. The thing is that if I feel that it needs to be checked out, I go to their houses. For example, if it's an insect bite or a runny nose, I'll tell them what to do, but if it's an ugly cough, I'll go and listen their lungs, or I tell them to go to the ER, or their doctor if I can't make it, or if it's an emergency. I have done multiple home visits, read lab results, and go on control appointments for my aunts, uncles, and cousins for years now. When the grown-ups are dehydrated, I even give them 4 fluids, not to children, because they need specially made fluids depending on their lab results. I do it free of charge. I actually lose money because I sometimes buy medicine for them, but I don't care, because I love being a doctor and helping people, especially family. I work on a public hospital, so I didn't go into this field to become rich. I'm not saying this to gain sympathy, I just wanted to clarify. Some of you might think I'm stupid, but I do agree that family has to be there for family, and I'd rather go do a checkup to them than have them wait 3 hours in a waiting room. I guess this is why it bothers me so much that I'm basically their home doctor, and they can't put on a nice dress and come celebrate my brother. If I go above and beyond for you, I expect the same treatment. As to my brother, he says he doesn't care, but we all know he does because of the comments he makes when he says he doesn't care. But he has been getting psychological help for a while now, and healing a lot of internalized stuff. He tells me not to lose time or tears over this. See your family doctor. Not to be confused with see your pediatrician, who's not family. This made me laugh, and I think I'll start using it from now on. Some people said I should talk to them. The thing is, I tried talking to them as their RSVP came in, and no one really changed their minds. I don't resent or hate them, I just don't consider them family anymore, and without that, I really don't see why I should treat them any differently than average patients. We did a cut off people who had a kid get sick last minute or some other reason that was real. Also, sometimes people give a lame excuse instead of saying they can't afford to go. As for those concerned about people who legit couldn't come, I'm not a monster. One cousin is pregnant, and she is avoiding big crowds to prevent getting sick. I understand that. One cousin has a child with a recently diagnosed neurological condition, and they are avoiding triggers. I understand. The cousin whose kid was sick this weekend wasn't sick during my brother's wedding. This was not a destination wedding. It was in our city. It was actually in the same place I got married 3 years ago. They all came to that wedding. But for example, something that I learned yesterday, when my brother sent the invitations WhatsApp, linked the answer he got from this particular cousin who texted me, was lol. I was not aware of this until I talked to him yesterday after my dad said what he said. Someone said, refusing medical advice, though, that's pushing it. Just because you know it's non-urgent doesn't mean they do. I'm not saying you have to help them, but you could at least respond with the words not urgent, or go to your doctor, given that most of these people were used to getting medical advice from you, and will have panicked. Now they all know my services are over. We live close to a hospital. They'd go if they are worried. They are not neglectful parents, just homophobes. As for those concerned about them damaging my reputation, we live in a big enough city, and when I'm over with residency, I'll work as a primary pediatrician, but on the other side of the city, so I'm not too worried, even though I think they won't say anything. To those asking about my parents, my mom helped organize everything and paid a part of the price, and she has a list of people who didn't come. My dad wasn't over the roof, but has been respectful towards everyone and helped when my mom asked. Now, to the homophobes, you are the asshole. I wouldn't attend a gay wedding, even if it was my sibling, whom I love dearly. In this hypothetical scenario, you might think you love your brother, but let me tell you, no, he knows you don't. I do hope no one in your family ever has to find this out. Just because someone doesn't agree with your religious political views is not a good reason to alienate your family, especially for such a divisive topic like same-sex wedding. Funny you say that. I am Catholic. The actual practicing type, the one that prays every night, goes to church every Sunday. The one that baptized her child and was excited about it. The one who, like Jesus said, loves your brother. The one who, like Jesus said, doesn't throw stones because I myself am not without sins. Just some perspective. Gay marriage has only really been legal relatively recently. In many Western countries, it's still illegal in much of the world. And for basically all of human history, it's not been viewed positively by most every person on the planet. I personally love when people give me this BS parroted answer, because my older brother, we are 3 siblings married a biracial woman. So when someone gives me this blah blah blah, I ask them if they support my older brother's marriage. Something tells me that you wouldn't go to that wedding either though. Then I like to remind them that the biracial marriages were not always allowed. Also, for basically all history there has been gay people who were accepted, so pick up a book. Maybe because they have moral values. Imagine that there is wedding between a dog and a woman. Would you allow that to happen? It's not a stretch. Someone will ask to be married to her dog. I honest to God can't believe I have to share air with people like this. 2 gay people can consent, an animal can't. Please go out and touch grass. You need to understand that LBTG++ don't care about wedding. They want to undermine traditional values by making a joke of marriage. We straight people don't need help of the LGBTQ+ community due to that. We are doing that just fine. To all the parents and siblings of LGBTQ+ people who have gone through similar situations, sending you and your loved one a big hug. My brother is all the family I need. I'd burn down every other relationship in my family of origin to stand by his side. 100%. I told that to my brother when he came out. He told me first, and for 4 years, no one else knew. I'd choose him over anyone. To the LGBTQ+ people who commented, I'm sorry the world doesn't celebrate you the same way they celebrate us, but I believe the future is better. Wow, this was a lot. Thanks for reading. Thank you for all your wedding wishes. ETA added, not in because I myself am not asterisk without sins. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.